Good morning, this is Dr. Hansa Das, and once again I welcome you to my channel History with Hansa. Now, in the last video, we had talked about the Marxist theories of imperialism, and as our tradition goes, today we will have a series of questions for you. I have brought certain questions and answers on the theories of imperialism Marxist part 2, which you will find it very interesting to answer, and then you can check your answers with the correct answers, and you can also estimate where do you stand, how much have you understood of the Marxist theories of imperialism. So please take down a copy and pen with you and be ready to answer the questions. Okay, so here we go. Let us begin. So the first question is, which of the following is a Marxist? A. Hobson, B. Schumpeter, C. Max Weber, or is it D. Rosa Luxemburg? So this is the question. Please write down your answer, and if you find the slides moving very fast, you can pause the slide and read the question properly and the options and then write down your answer. Let us move on to the next question. The next question is, who wrote the book Accumulation of Capital? The options for you are A. Max Weber, B. Rosa Luxemburg, C. Bukharin, or is it D. Lenin? I hope you've written down your answer. Let us move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is, which of the following was also a leader of the Russian Revolution? A. Lenin, B. Hilferding, C. Hobson, or is it D. Rosa Luxemburg? So if you've read the Russian Revolution, you know something about Russian history, you'll be able to answer this question very easily. Let us move on to the next question. The next question is, who said that imperialism was the highest stage of capitalism? A. Bukharin, B. Lenin, C. Hilferding, or D. Rosa Luxemburg? I think 2 or 3 seconds are enough to read the question and the options and to write down the correct answer. I hope you have done that. Let us move on to the next question. Who wrote the book Finance Capital? Was it A. Hilferding, B. Karl Marx, C. Bukharin, or D. Lenin? Okay. Easy questions, all of them. Next question. Who wrote the book Imperialism and World Economy? Imperialism and World Economy. A. Rosa Luxemburg, B. Hilferding, C. Bukharin, or was it D. Lenin? We've done all these things in our previous video, so you will not find it difficult to answer. Okay, who gave the argument that capitalist economies cannot function in isolation? A. Hobson, B. Rosa Luxemburg, C. Max Weber, or was it D. Schumpeter? So you have to answer whose particular quotation is this, or whose particular main argument is this, that capitalist economies cannot function in isolation. Okay, the last question of the series is, who said imperialism emerged as the development and direct continuation of the fundamental characteristics of capitalism in general? A. Bukharin, B. Karl Marx, C. Hilferding, or was it D. Lenin? So you have to answer who has given this quotation. Okay, so now we come to an end to the multiple choice questions round, and I hope you've written down all your answers. Now it is time to check the correct answers and to match your answers with the correct ones. So here we go with the answers. Okay, so the first question was, which of the following is a Marxist? So here Hobson, Schumpeter and Max Weber, they were liberal theorists of imperialism, and therefore the correct answer for this question is D. Rosa Luxemburg. She was a Marxist. She was a classical Marxist theorist of imperialism. Okay, the next question. Who wrote the book Accumulation of Capital? Once again, the answer is Rosa Luxemburg, option B. Rosa Luxemburg had written the book Accumulation of Capital. All right. The next question. Which of the following was also a leader of the Russian Revolution? The answer is very clear. It is none other than Lenin. Lenin was the main person behind the Russian Revolution, who had led the Russian Revolution of 1917. Okay, the next one. Who said that imperialism was the highest stage of capitalism? Again, the answer is Lenin. In fact, you might be knowing that Lenin's book is also called Imperialism, the highest stage of capitalism. So the answer is Lenin. Next question was, who wrote the book Finance Capital? Hilferding, Karl Marx, Bukharin, or Lenin? So Finance Capital was a book which was written by Rudolf Hilferding. So the correct answer is A, Rudolf Hilferding. Next question, who wrote the book Imperialism and World Economy? Now the book Imperialism and World Economy was written by Nikolai Bukharin. So the correct answer is C, Nikolai Bukharin. Okay, the next question. Who gave the argument that capitalist economies cannot function in isolation? Now, this particular argument was given by Rosa Luxemburg as she said that capitalist economies have to expand, politically dominate, and so they cannot function in isolation. This particular argument was given by Rosa Luxemburg. Okay, and the last question of the series was, who said imperialism emerged as the development and direct continuation of the fundamental characteristics of capitalism in general? Once again, the answer is Lenin. So I have provided you with all the correct answers. You can check your answers with the correct ones, and if you have scored 8 out of 8, okay, give a clapping for yourself if you've got all the 8 correct. And now let us move on to the long answer questions, which will help you in understanding the thematic concept of the theories of the Marxist theories of imperialism. You can try answering them one by one. So the first question is, discuss the concept of primitive accumulation of capital given by Karl Marx. So we have discussed this in detail, how you have to explain that previously means of production and labor power which were not part of capital are transformed into capital in the capitalist system, and how it leads to imperialism and all the basic ideas of Karl Marx. The next question is, what are the two main arguments of Rosa Luxemburg on imperialism? So the first argument is that capitalist economies cannot function in isolation because they have to expand for raw materials, for markets, for labor power, etc. And the second argument was that capitalist economies eat up or swallow all the pre-capitalist economic formations by which they are surrounded. Okay, you have to develop this question in this manner. Then the third question is, how does Rudolf Hilferding link imperialism with monopoly capitalism? So you have to explain first what monopoly capitalism is and how it is linked with imperialism, how Hilferding links it with imperialism. Go back to my previous video for details on Hilferding. The next question is, how does Bukharin combine the concepts of Marx, Luxemburg and Hilferding in his analysis of imperialism? So we have seen that Bukharin basically combines the concept of monopoly capitalism of Hilferding, the concept of political dominance, the need for capitalist expansion, etc. So in this question, you have to basically answer how Bukharin combines the ideas of Marx, Luxemburg and Hilferding in his concept, in his analysis of imperialism. And finally, the last question is, why does Lenin say that imperialism is the highest stage of capitalism? As I told you, his book is also called Imperialism, the highest stage of capitalism, and you have to explain how capitalism, when it reaches the extreme level, the highest stage, there is a need for political expansion, there is a need for imperialism. So this is all for today, and I hope you have enjoyed this question and answer series. We will be doing more of these question and answer series in the future. My upcoming video is going to be on the dependency theory of theories of imperialism, or the neo-Marxist theories on imperialism. Please look out for that video. And if you have liked the video, please press on the like button, share it with your friends, and also subscribe to my channel. That is all for today. Thank you very much.